Another day, another dollar. Don't worry, I'm not staying in the castle. I haven't sunk that far beyond my adventurous spirit. That's probably the best way to phrase why I did this. Just being outside, just in mud and grass and trees and hills and mountains and sky and leaves and roads and sunlight and wind and sand and beaches and water, and I just really like it. It just seems good. It just seems so good. Hi, welcome to another episode of Walk America. If you're new around here, my name is Isaiah and I'm walking across America. Enjoy another episode. Another day, another dollar. My favorite thing, one of the good things about sort of some of my social media just doing better is that when that happens, the police pull up on me. I saw them checking out my car and I was like, hey, is someone called in? They're like, oh, you're the guy. And it's always the same. They always go, it's either my mom told me about you or my fiance told me about you. It's always one of the women in their life I've told them about the guy that's walking, and then they just think it's fun. So the men who pull up, like police officers, or if they're men, they never know anything about me because it's always their mom or their mother-in-law or their fiance who have been like, there's this guy walking through your area. If you see him, say hi. And so that's what Mike and Owen are doing. They're just like, that was their exact story. My fiance told me about you. Or maybe it was his wife, I can't remember. Anyway, it's a good change of pace from it's rarely been a bad experience with police and law enforcement. Very rarely. But normally they see me and they're wary. So they sort of do their arms folded across their chest thing. So what you up to? And they're just being careful, which I totally get. But they come across as very guarded because their life is literally on the line. If they're investigating something, chances are they're investigating because there's potential that it's dangerous or harmful or whatever. So they are always very, very guarded. For the last couple months, most of the time, when a police officer pulls up, they're excited to see me because they know already that I'm not dangerous, probably, or else their mother-in-law or fiance wouldn't be sending them out to go say hi. It's a very good change of pace. And this time, they're always like, do you need anything? And my water bottles are all empty. One of them has a third of it left. I was like, yeah, if you have some water. And I thought they would have one in their car, but they went to go grab me something to drink. Anyway, I'm in a good mood. Because, look at this river too. It's a good spot. It's nice and cool. There's cool breezes coming off the water. It's just a good day to be alive. I can still hear the bugs. I love the sound of those bugs. Cicadas, maybe, whatever they are. It's still green and there's sunlight glinting off the water. Anyway, there's 3 minutes of me rambling for you. Hope you guys like it. I am having a good time. It's gonna rain starting in like an hour or two, and then it's gonna rain all night and all of tomorrow is what the forecast says. And usually it's like 30% chance maybe. Tomorrow it literally says 100% chance every hour that I can see so far. It only lets me see 24 hours in advance on a day by, like on an hour by hour calculation. Oh, a lot of cars coming, so I'm gonna try and get this out quick. Anyway, you guys remember Lori? She got me a hotel room in King of Prussia. She reached out again, like she proactively reached out. Saw the weather because she's just a G like that. And she's like, hey, do you know where you want to be tonight? It's like, there's a ton of rain coming. I don't want you to have to camp out in it. She's like, can I get you this place? And at that point, I'm like, yeah, thanks. That's really nice of you. Yeah, she's a really, really nice person. So I'm headed towards a hotel that she picked out. I think she said she has like lots of points, but that's just kind of all excuses to make me feel more comfortable, you know, maybe. She's just a good lady. So that's the plan. I'm headed to a hotel. Nothing too crazy. But I think I'm probably just going to stay there tonight and tomorrow night, so that way I can just sit inside all day tomorrow and maybe make some stuff for YouTube and etc. So I'm gonna go drop off my cart there and then maybe wander around for a couple hours until it starts raining, and then I'll have a place to keep everything dry and stay out of the weather, and win. I'm getting soft. I used to just sleep outside no matter what, but to be fair, a lot of those times I never had a choice. I was, sometimes 100 miles away from anything resembling a hotel. Whereas the East Coast, that's rarely a reality because it's just densely populated. At least it will be until I get past probably like Boston area. Once you get north of Boston, things start getting real open space again. A lot of open space up in New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine, and that'll be fun. So it'll be roughing it again in a sense. And I'm pretty excited for that. Don't worry, I'm not staying in the castle. I haven't sunk that far beyond my adventurous spirit. That's probably the best way to phrase why I did this. Just being outside, just in mud and grass and trees and hills and mountains and sky and leaves and roads and sunlight and wind and sand and beaches and water, and I just really like it. It just seems good. It just seems so good. And there have been challenges in the last coming up on 17 months just walking every day, because for every picture that I've shared of like just amazing scenery, there's been times where I've just been walking through a gale, and as much as it's like kind of like cool, you're also quite uncomfortable. But it has been not only worth it, but like an honest to goodness absolute privilege. And I'm really grateful for everybody that follows along and has helped me get through moments that are more difficult by reaching out to their network and finding a place I can crash for the night on a couch or in a backyard, or in some cases like tonight, reaching out and getting me a hotel room so that they can't give me the bed in their home that I know they would. But this is how they can do that from afar. And I really appreciate it. I've I've loved the last year and a half more than I can easily articulate. I'm very grateful to be out here and to be this happy and this fulfilled, and just wake up every morning and never feel that sense of existential dread and of pointlessness. And thank you, everyone. It's still pretty nice. It hasn't started raining yet. I think I've got about an hour before it does, so I want to take advantage of that time. I don't know what there is around here, but I've never known what there is around me, so I'm just going to walk. Appreciate trees and stuff. I think there's like a lake maybe. We'll see. Don't ask me why, but for a long time, that kind of building was pretty much the exact sort of building I fantasized about like living in. Like that was my dream home. Just clean lines, lots of space for playing soccer in and indoors. I don't know, I just like the look of it. And then I realized that size of building costs more money than is practical for most people to think about, and you would really need it. Wasteful. Everywhere around here makes curbs out of these things. It's only around here that I've seen it. Maybe they were doing it in Pennsylvania too, but I've walked a lot of miles, and only here do they make curbs out of square chunks of granite. Well, I don't have my stuff with me, which is good, but I didn't plan that out super well. I was like, I'll just go on a walk until it starts raining. Now I'm far away. I should have been going in a circle. Instead, I went straight out, and I was like, I'll stop when it starts raining, but now I have to walk straight back in the rain. This is things that are examples of places you can walk when you don't have a backpack. I was able to get out of the lane under this bridge where I wasn't super visible because of the dark. And I was able to do that because at the moment I don't have my backpack with me or my cart with me. The next trip will be cartless. It will be glorious and fabulous. And a lot of other yeses. Thanks, Lori. I'm comfy. It's rainy all day, so hotel day. Sometimes I get bored or have too much energy. Alright, this is Joyce and Jeremy and their mom. They just wanted to come and say hi. Anything you want to say to everybody? Good, I like it. He says hi. Jeremy? See you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like and all that stuff. See you tomorrow!